man, Caitlin Clark told her, beat it, bomb. Beat it. Beat it. You trash. You a quitter. And you a thief. You stole money from the Indiana Fever. It's trash, bruh. DeWanna Bonner, who you think you is? Who you think you is trying to walk up on Caitlin Clark like that? Who you think you are?
That wasn't just trash talk. That was a receipt. The moment Caitlin Clark allegedly called DeWanna Bonner a thief who stole money from the Indiana Fever wasn't the start of a rivalry. It was the explosive end of a betrayal that had been simmering for months behind closed doors. What you saw on the court was the public execution of a secret that the league didn't want you to know about. This goes deeper than a simple foul call. This is about a $200,000 deception, a calculated abandonment, and a conspiracy to reunite with a fiancée that left an entire franchise feeling used and discarded. We have the inside account from a teammate who broke her silence, we have the post-game comment that exposed the entire scheme, and we're going to lay out all the evidence, piece by painful piece. This is the story they don't want you to connect. Stick with me, because the truth is always hidden in the details. To understand the fire in Caitlin Clark's eyes, you have to understand the context of the confrontation. This wasn't just a random player getting under her skin. This was personal. It started with a simple foul call, but Bonner couldn't leave it at that. She stood over Clark, mimicking the challenge signal, a clear taunt designed to provoke the rookie who was already sidelined with an injury. It was a power play from a veteran, but it was a massive miscalculation. She had no idea who she was dealing with, and more importantly, she underestimated the rage Clark had been holding on to. That moxie you see right there?
DeWanna Bonner is a monster in size compared to Caitlin Clark, so it's not surprising. Oh yeah, stop. It's not surprising that DeWanna Bonner
it was a foul.
would want to potentially go after somebody a lot smaller than her. And that just shows you right there the kind of moxie that Caitlin's still turned around. Like, what are you going to do? What you going to do? Did DeWanna Bonner literally just quit on this team because she wanted to go play with her girlfriend? WNBA, the only league in the world where players can actively refuse to play and ask to be traded to their significant other's team. What a joke.
That's not just competitiveness. That's the righteous anger of someone who feels deeply betrayed. Clark didn't just see a rival player. She saw the veteran who was brought in to be her mentor. The player who was handed the third highest contract on the team to provide leadership, only to quit on them when the going got tough. Bonner wasn't just any other opponent. She was supposed to be an ally, a guide for the biggest rising star in the league. Indiana didn't just sign a player. They made an investment in leadership and stability for Clark, and Clark, for her part, bought in completely. She publicly praised Bonner's veteran presence, talking about how much she was learning from her in the locker room. She trusted her. The fans trusted her. The front office trusted her, with a $200,000 contract, and that trust is precisely what DeWanna Bonner weaponized against them. The betrayal began to unfold in the most cowardly way possible. After just 9 games, with the ink on her massive contract barely dry, Bonner decided the fit did not work out and demanded a way out. But the timing is what transforms this from a bad signing into a malicious act of abandonment. She didn't leave during the off-season. She didn't leave when the team was healthy. She chose to detonate her roster spot at the exact moment Caitlin Clark was sidelined with an injury. The one time the team desperately needed her veteran leadership to steady the ship, she jumped overboard. That's not a bad fit. That's a betrayal. It's quitting. And Caitlin Clark made sure the entire world heard it loud and clear during their on-court confrontation.
Caitlin, there was a foul, and DeWanna Bonner's talking about she's putting her paw up right there. I guess she's jawing at Caitlin. Austin Kelly, hands up. And obviously, and Caitlin's going to end up telling her, look, get your quitting ass on down the court. Points back in that direction. DeWanna Bonner, keep on trucking, keep on walking. You didn't want to be around this team. You wanted to quit. You wanted to go play with your boo thing. And they're still jawing right here.
Get your quitting ass on down the court. That wasn't an insult born from the heat of the moment. That was a fact. Bonner did quit. She did abandon the team to go play with her boo thing, her fiancée Alyssa Thomas, and that's where this story shifts from simple unprofessionalism to a full-blown conspiracy. Fans immediately began connecting the dots. Bonner's hasty exit from Indiana, which left the team high and dry, was followed almost immediately by her signing with the Phoenix Mercury, the very team her fiancé played for. It all seemed a little too convenient, a little too perfect. It felt planned. The whispers grew louder. This wasn't just a player finding a new opportunity. This was a calculated move. The theory that spread like wildfire online was that Bonner never intended to stay in Indiana. She took their money, used their facility, and pretended to be a mentor, all while allegedly planning her escape route to Phoenix. It was a stepping stone, and the Indiana Fever and their fans were the ones who got walked all over. And then, we got the proof that this wasn't just a fan theory. The fix, as it turns out, was very much in.
DeWanna Bonner knew damn well she didn't want to come to Indiana. She knew she didn't want to be there. She knew she didn't want to be there. I think the fix was in. The Phoenix Mercury didn't have the bread to pay her. She said, I'm gonna get the bag elsewhere, and then I'm gonna force my way out to where within the first half of the season before All-Star, Alyssa Thomas, I'm gonna be on your team. And I think the Phoenix Mercury knew this was gonna happen. I think they knew this was gonna happen. I think she played bad on purpose. She plummeted her stock to the point where it's not like we could trade her. It's official. It is official, y'all.
She knew she didn't want to be there. This wasn't just about finding a better fit. This was about manipulating the system to get exactly what she wanted, regardless of who got hurt in the process. The narrative that Bonner's defenders tried to spin was that things just didn't work out. But that narrative completely collapsed when one of her own teammates, Sophie Cunningham, who played with Bonner in both Indiana and Phoenix, broke her silence and exposed the entire deception on her podcast. Cunningham revealed that Bonner kept her entire exit strategy a secret from the locker room. She didn't tell Clark. She didn't tell Kelsey Mitchell. She didn't tell anyone. She was smiling in their faces, acting as a leader, all while, in Cunningham's words, conspiring behind the scenes with her significant other about how to get out. That is premeditated betrayal. It's one thing to want out. It's another to actively deceive the teammates who trust you. And the betrayal didn't stop there. It got so much worse. After Bonner successfully forced her way to Phoenix, the two teams finally met, and in the post-game press conference, Alyssa Thomas was asked how the Mercury's defense was so effective against the Fever. Her answer was the smoking gun that blew this entire conspiracy wide open. She didn't credit film study or good coaching. Instead, she smirked and delivered a line that sent shockwaves through the league. We know everything they're trying to run. How would they know everything? There's only one answer. They had a spy.
I've limited the Indiana Fever from the free throw line, just only 8 attempts tonight. I'm just curious to know, how impressed are you with the defensive strategy on the Fever?
I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, we know everything they're trying to run.
How do you guys know everything they're trying to run? Because of her right here with her hand on her damn face. That's how y'all know everything they're trying to run, because she damn me cheated. She came in, she was a spy, and she leaked everything. She cheated. She cheated. That's how y'all know. You wouldn't know shit if it wasn't for DeWanna Bonner, bro.
She came in. She was a spy. That she leaked everything. She cheated. That's the accusation that has defined this entire scandal. It wasn't just that DeWanna Bonner quit on her team. It wasn't just that she deceived her teammates. The allegation that hangs over her is that she took Indiana's money and then took their playbook and delivered it directly to a conference rival. She sold them out. This is the ultimate sin in professional sports. You don't share secrets from the locker room. You just don't. And if you think Caitlin Clark's reaction on the court was too harsh, you need to understand the depth of this treachery. The anger, the pointing, the raw emotion, it was all justified. She wasn't just yelling at a player who taunted her. She was confronting the person who allegedly stabbed her and her entire team in the back. The uncensored clips of the exchange tell the real story. That is the sound of pure, unfiltered rage from someone who has been profoundly betrayed. When Clark gestured angrily and told her to get the F on, it was the culmination of months of deception and disrespect. This was her finally getting the chance to say what everyone in that Indiana locker room must have been feeling. She was standing up for her team against the person who treated them as nothing more than a temporary inconvenience and a paycheck on the way to her real destination. The financial aspect makes this sting even more. Bonner collected a reported $64,000 from the Fever for her 9 games of service before forcing her way out. She then took a massive pay cut to sign with Phoenix, proving this was never about money, but about the destination. In essence, Indiana paid DeWanna Bonner's salary, while she plotted her reunion with Alyssa Thomas, and allegedly memorized their playbook. The devastation left in her wake was immense. Fans who bought tickets to see the veteran-rookie pairing felt cheated. The organization that invested in her leadership was left with nothing, absolutely nothing. They waived her, and because she had reportedly warned other teams not to claim her, she landed exactly where she wanted to go. The Fever got nothing in return. No trade, no assets, no compensation. Just a gaping hole on their roster and a deep sense of betrayal.
We should have held her hostage. You ain't going nowhere. How about that? You gonna sit out your 16th season in. How about that? What, man? Get her up out of here. Can Bree Turner be next? I want all them Connecticut's. Get them up out of here. Pack them up. Get them up out of here. Natasha Howard can go too. She can go too. Everybody can go, bro. She knew she was gonna force her way to Phoenix. She knew that. Now we just waived her. We got nothing for her. We got zilcho, nothing. And she gets to walk and choose where she goes. Come on, man.
We got nothing for her. We got zilch, nothing. And she gets to walk and choose where she goes. That's the part that should infuriate everyone. This wasn't just a personal betrayal of Caitlin Clark. It was a manipulation of the entire league system. It sets a dangerous precedent. What's to stop any other player from signing a big contract, collecting the money, and then orchestrating a similar escape to join their partner on another team? The league was silent. They allowed one of their veteran stars to allegedly commit the ultimate act of professional sabotage with zero consequences. This has exposed a massive loophole, a vulnerability at the heart of the WNBA, where personal relationships can be exploited to destroy competitive balance. The question is no longer just about what DeWanna Bonner did. The real question is, how many other players are watching this and taking notes? And what is the league going to do to stop it from ever happening again? We're already investigating another situation that looks eerily similar. The truth is coming.